What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we'll be checking out a title called Ravenswatch. This is a single-player, optional, co-op, optional, top-down, isometric, sort of last stand against the undead hordes of darkness with various heroes from various mythologies. And so anyways, this is a game where you're going to pick a hero, you're going to dive into a map. That map has like a 20-minute time limit on it. You free roam, you wander around, everybody on your team does whatever they want during that 20 or 25 minutes. You level up, you get new abilities, and when the 20 minutes ends, a giant boss is summoned at the center of an arena, and you've got to fight him for all the marbles. It's an interesting idea for a game. I think Tribes of Midgard played around with this idea, but Tribes of Midgard was a game as a live service. And so anyways, Ravenswatch. We're going to do our first impressions here today. I've done one round prior to the recording of this video. Luckily, the rounds are pretty long, so if you haven't figured it out by the end of that round, you might be a tad slow. Like, this is a game that's pretty easy to wrap your head around. A little bit of a gauntlet-y game. If after watching this you wanted to get the early access, it's out on the day this video goes live, as far as I know. And so you can check that on out. Unfortunately, I didn't get this out right under embargo because Everspace came out, and I only do one video a day, so I kind of had to figure it out. But on the day this video goes live, you should be able to play the game. Other than that, let's dive on in and do some first impressions. Let's talk about what I like, what I don't like, what I think needs to be done better, what I think is being done great, and we'll give it a run. So there are, as of right now, 4 characters that you can choose from, with I think 2 that you will unlock. You've got Red Riding Hood, so Scarlet. She turns into a werewolf during the night phase. This game has a day phase and a night phase, and different characters interact with those phases differently. Over here, you have Follow Me, I'm the Pied Piper, follow me. Anyways, that's a song. I don't know if you knew that. Back in the 50s and 60s and whatnot, man, they'd be writing some corny songs. They just couldn't help it. But this guy summons a horde of rats that eat his enemy's face off, which to me is the coolest thing ever. Like, that is easily the most appealing character that I've ever seen in a video game. Like, this guy can be my own personal Crispin Glover, and we can just summon rats to crawl all over the enemy and eliminate them. If you've never seen the movie Willard, I think it might be the last thing Crispin Glover ever did before word got around how difficult he was to work with or whatever, and then he just, like, never got a job again. I don't know. We've got Beowulf over here. He hits things with a sword. Pretty simple. And then we've got the Snow Queen, which is probably going to be my second most favorite character because I love ice wizards. Can't help it. But for the purposes of today's video, I can't help it. If I see Skaven strats, I gotta go for Skaven strats. Like, I have to sit around chanting, we are rats, all day long, you know, emoji spam. Let's go ahead and give it the old go, shall we? So with the Pied Piper all readied up, we're going to be playing solo today. I do get the feeling after having played a round that this game probably goes a little bit smoother with teammates backing you on up. But if it adjusts the world to be more difficult, I don't actually know how much extra players would help. This is the hub at the beginning of the game. The game does not start until you leave the safe zone, so we got to buy some upgrades. We've got Sound Barrier. Let's see here. Gain 1 armor whenever your defensive ability hits 2 enemies. And then if we complete the quest, we will get 12 shield around us, I guess. And defense is our shift ability. Okay, the other one is, and I want you to pay attention to this because this is really cool. We can make our rats suicide bomber rats, which means when they're about to die anyways, they explode and do an AoE for 6 damage. But watch what happens to our rats on the ground when I click this. Their tail becomes a little fuse. And so the game's got like these little visual hallmarks that let you know that you've taken an upgrade that affects the core functionality of an ability. That's a very nice little detail, and that's exactly the kind of stuff that I expect to see from developers that are going the extra mile to really make kind of an immersive experience and something that's satisfying to play. Now, as for our character's abilities, we can shoot musical notes out of our wang, like so. That's right, be destroyed by the power of my musical cojones. And then this is a shotgun blast that comes out of my ween, obviously. We've also got a little musical explosion right there. It slows enemies down that walk through it. It's pretty much like a slow zone. And then we've got an AoE knockback that pushes everything away from us for when we get trapped. This is the game map. As far as I know, it's procedural. It changes every single time that you play, so you're never playing on the same map twice. The textures and whatnot will be the same, but the map itself, points of interest and things you're supposed to be going after in different spots each time you play. I'm going to go for this treasure chest over here. And as you can see, there's going to be a meter right there. When that meter runs out, we got to fight Debaus. I'm going to wipe out some enemies. I can command my rats to attack by pressing the Q button. The rat targeting seems to be a little bit unreliable. I don't know if there's like a lock-on system or something that I'm just kind of failing to use. It seems like the rats go to the spot on the ground where you tell them to go, not to the enemy that you have highlighted over. And I would like to see the rats have a little bit better targeting and have a little bit better autonomy. It's kind of hard to get them to do what you want, and if you don't tell them to do something, they kind of just like stand around. I don't know if it's kind of like a battle toggle or what it might be, but I have had trouble getting the rats to do the thing I want them to do. But other than that, attacking in this game feels really good. Defending feels really good. Dashing feels really good. All of the various mobilities and things of that nature all feel kind of raw to me. And I mean raw in a good way, like, that's so raw, dude. Like, not raw as in like undercooked or like underproved. I probably should not have even used that word. Everything feels good when it comes to interactions, hitting the enemy, the hit markers that you get when you strike them, the hit markers that you receive when you yourself get hit by an enemy attack. That stuff all appears to be right on the money. That guy had a lot of HP. What is that? 100? I don't know what this does, but for $100, it looks like it does something and it's whispering at me right now. Maybe I'll wait and go get my treasure chest because there's artifacts we can stack up on our character. Now, one thing that's not immediately clear that I can't speak to because the game's not out yet and like I don't really have anybody to play with is I don't know exactly how upgrades and whatnot work in this game. So like if one person picks up a chest, does everybody get to pick an artifact? I can't imagine it's the case that everyone gets to pick an artifact because they seem to be pretty strong so far from what I've seen. Like, they seem to be game changers. So I'm guessing some level of communication is expected to be done in between teammates, deciding who gets what. But I don't know that for sure. Dragonhide, we get armor for missing health, we get damage for every vitality that we have stacked up, or we can lower the prices on the shop. I'm going to go for 1 damage per 5 vitality. That sounds really good. There's a pool up there that will increase our HP permanently. I'm guessing that's a mini-boss right there. I did not get a chance to go see what that was on my last run, because as a solo player, I don't think you're going to have time to get to everything. You kind of just, like, move the best you can and level up when and where you can. Speaking of which, we should have a level up coming to us pretty soon. Go over to there. There you go. Eat that fool up. My rats just got wiped out, but we did get a level up. Now, the downside is you got to move fast because the timer still runs while you're leveling up. So your rats spawn in groups of 3, and the maximum controllable rats are up by 6. Or we can increase our attack power by 20% and increase our range. You know, rat strats, dude. Let's just do it. Rat strats. I said that I was going to be the Ratomancer. Let's be the Ratomancer. Get in there, boys. Do some damage. I believe in all of you. You're my little ratty Rodentia heroes, and I believe in you. I do want some money. I'm kind of broke right now. We have not been picking up a lot of scratch on this run. You guys get in there, I guess, and get vomited on, I suppose, and die instantly. Get after him, little rats. There we go. Big guy's down. Looks like he was worth a decent amount of XP. You can see our XP meter in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen along with our HP in case you don't know what I'm referring to. Send them out there. All of the characters are voice acted quite well. They've got a little bit of like a Zap Brannigan. I don't know if it's just the Pied Piper that has that, but Pied Piper is definitely kind of Zap Brannigan where he's like, I'll be your hero. You know, he's got kind of like a Dudley Do-Right thing going on. That's a locked door and I need a key. That explains so many things. I found keys on my previous runs and I didn't know what they went to and I couldn't figure it out. And I ran out of time and had to fight the boss, and so it looks like it unhooks an enemy of some kind. You guys get on in there, teach him a lesson. Oh boy, alright. Drop the null field, get out of the way of that. Try not to get smacked here. They are great in number over here, though. I'm not going to waste my rats just yet till I have more of them. There we go. Drop another null field. Rats are all down. Unfortunate. Another zombie spawn, and he's throwing some poo or something at me. I don't know what it is, alright, but it appears to be septic in nature. We'll drop that right there, and we are halfway to level 3. Does that do anything? That doesn't do anything. Cool. It looks like there's another treasure chest down here. Let's go after that and see how that modifies our build. You guys head over that way, maybe chew on some enemies. Unfortunate that they got wiped out by the vomit blast. Keeping my rats out of AoEs. Really a bit of a problem. There we go. Now I can send them in. Come on. The hitboxes, they appear to be very tight from the time that I've played in this game. That doesn't surprise me because this game is done by Curse of the Dead Gods, that developer. And so Curse of the Dead Gods was a very, very well-designed game. At critical health, you get regeneration, you get more healing effects, or our dash deals damage to crossed enemies. I guess I'll take the damaging dash. It does allow me to get through barriers and things a little bit quicker. Yeah, it's warning me the monster's coming, although I am making much better time this time around. You should definitely take a listen to the soundtrack. It sounds quite good. It definitely has a little bit of like I don't know if you've ever watched the TV show Vikings, but it kind of reminds me of like a lot of the music they use in that show during scenes where characters are doing kind of like arcane rituals and making them, you know, seers, making people lick their palms and stuff. Another cool detail that I just noticed is whenever we do our shotgun ability with our flute, they've made the notes that it play, they match up with the bass note of the backing soundtrack song. I don't know if that's just happenstance, but I hear it happening and it matches up, so that's cool. I'm just gonna send in the rats over there. They'll get their damage off. The real issue I'm having with the rats is that it seems like almost every single enemy has like a wide AoE or like a dying AoE. And so I feel like I spend a lot of time without supplementary rat DPS. That RPS, you know what I mean? My RPS is too low. My rats per second need to go up. I felt so bad, dude. I had to trap and get rid of a bunch of mice in my house a while back. And they were adorable, dude. And they lived inside of a little mouse hole that was under my sink. It looked exactly like the mouse hole from a cartoon. I didn't want to get rid of them. They were adorbs, but I had to. It was for they were eating my Doritos, all right? When special effect expires, zone explodes and deals 72 damage. That sounds good. I like it. If my slow zone would blow stuff up, that would be good. There's an enemy base right here, but I'm going to grab this extra HP first. There's our max health up, so we've got more health to play. A lot. There's a lot of them. How many of these monsters are there? A great deal would be my estimate. I don't know if the dash actually gives you iframes. It's kind of hard for me to say. Like, and I don't want to test it out because you actually get hit pretty hard in this game. And you've got kind of like a limited amount of HP and healing that goes around. And so like testing out important things like are there iframes, we'll have to wait till the end of the video. What's up, big dog? You ever thought about being eaten by rats? Has that ever been a prospect that engages you? Give me a little bit of cash over here. Damn, I'm broke. Let's go up into this big base over here. So there are occasionally like these enemy forts. And these enemy forts, if you can clear all the enemies out of them, these represent kind of like a really big investment of time. Ooh, knocked him back into it. Nice little combo right there. You love to see it. Go ahead and hold him back for a minute. Good, no explosion. Was hoping some HP would drop, but I guess not. There's going to be a giant crystal in here that gives you like a huge amount of money. And so I would like to diversify, you know, just my dividends and the things that are paying me out as a Pied Piper right now. I mean, after all, I have a saying that goes after my name. It's time to pay the piper. So let's get paid. Oh yeah, it's like 150 bucks. And your average upgrade back at the shrine over there only costs like $75. So we can actually probably do some damage. Ooh, I can teleport. Okay, I'm going to teleport down. Ooh, there's a key. Okay, let's run the key. Let's see what the key does then, because I've never opened one of these up over here, and I want to see what it does. It's got to give me like an artifact or something in exchange for eliminating like a mini-boss would be my guess. Let's go ahead and take a look. Treasure dungeon? It do appear to be some kind of treasure dungeon. There we go. The visual effects all look great to me. The animations are all very stylized. They look quite good, almost have like a Riot vibe to them actually, which really speaks to the quality of it. Say what you will about both Riot, Blizzard, all those companies, but they know how to animate at absolutely peerless levels. And so it's good to see that infiltrating into the indie world as well, seeing people really throw around some cool designs and effects. And okay, yeah. I don't think he liked me very much. I think he's got a bit of a problem. He got some serious armor, though, that's reducing my damage down to, like, nothing. He's got, like, a flat 2 damage reduction, which is not great for a character like mine, who deals, like, 3 damage at the best of times. I may actually die in here. I'm getting overwhelmed pretty rapidly. Like, even my big hits aren't really doing anything.
I'm about to meet the celestial chorus.
Yeah, we are. Oh, he got stunned. Alright, we'll put the rats on him. Like, any damage we can get off at this point is acceptable. If you can put down AoEs, I definitely recommend putting down AoEs. We are wasting a lot of time in here. Hopefully the reward is worth it. There we go. You guys kind of get on this, dude. Oh, I am aware that the nightmare is awakening soon. We're getting there. I mean, I think we need to be a heavier hitting character, though, for this guy. I think this seems like a job for one of, like, the main DPS dudes. There we go. All right, we got him down. We got a little bit of health back. Let's see what's in the big bad chest. We got Black Lotus. Attack gains life on hit, but healing orbs don't affect you anymore. I deal like 3 damage, so I don't think 10% is going to do it. Clear dash cooldown when you use a power, special, or defense. That kind of feels the most utilitarian to me. Yeah, that's all right. I do think the dash icon could be a little bit more visible. Just make it a normal meter next to your character. I'll probably check the options to see if that's something you can do, because that little tiny thing right there is kind of hard to see in the heat of the moment. I would definitely make it larger and like underneath the character or something so that you can read it a little bit better. It's quite small, and I'm only on, I think, like a 28-inch monitor. It's not like a big monitor. I'm sorry, little rats. You didn't run. Oh, they lived. Look at you guys being all good at your job. All right, I need to go back to the vendor, and I need to spend my money. So we are going to do that. I'd like to get a couple more levels before the boss. I don't feel ready for him based on what I've seen already. Now, let's see here. Copy common rare magical artifact. We can get armor, crit chance. I want the +5 vitality for sure. We can upgrade some of these things. I want to have more rats. Yeah, I want to be like a legendary ratsmith. Look how many rats I have right now. All will look upon me in despair. My rats will blot out the sun.
I should pen a song on Ravenswatch.
Oh, thank God. We got another healing orb over here. Good. I need to, like, feel a little bit better. We've been getting whooped. So what is this? Oh, yeah, I needed $100 for that. I don't have $100. Let's go track down $100. We might have a hundo after we get done. Dude, my rats are getting kind of strong. Like, with like 4 or 5 upgrades under their belt. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My rats are actually becoming like kind of a liability. They might actually be tougher than I am.
The final note is play.
That was not $100, so we gotta track down another 30 or 40 bucks to see what's inside the old wishing well. Why is it in fantasy games they're always like eating a big table full of pumpkins? I don't think of a pumpkin as like a meal, I guess. Like, I think of a pumpkin as kind of like a seasonal thing that like you make like a pie out of, but you don't like sit a pumpkin on the table and be like, yep, there's dinner. Like, you gotta do something with the pumpkin. But whenever I play like a video game that's set in sort of like a high fantasy universe, they've always got like a table full of pumpkins. Like, it's just like they can't wait to get down and feast on some gourd, bro. And I'm just like, well... Very nice. I was hoping there'd be a heal in there. What are you? You're new. I don't know what you are. What do you do? You like a Yorona type lady? Yeah, okay. I kind of see what's happening here. Here, you guys get knocked back for a minute and stunned. Maybe get blown up. Taste some rats. Yeah, taste of my rats. They're lemony lime fresh, and I'm back up at full health now. Good stuff. Send them. Oh my. Took a little bit of a hit right there. Rats clearing house pretty aggressive. What is that? There's like a lady in like a raven blouse. What does she do? Oh, it's not a lady in a raven blouse. It's a... I don't know what that did. I have no clue what that accomplished for me. Did it like do anything? I don't know. Huh. Oh, editor, there's an exclamation point on my map now. There's also like a... Oh, it scouted the area. Now I know where points of interest are. Okay. That's a good mechanic, I think. Oh, God. Protect me, little rats. There's a speedy, shirtless woman attempting to harm me. I've spent my whole life protecting this virginity. Don't let it fall for nothing.
Heed my call, one and all.
Okay, yeah. Looks like my rats do about as much damage as my normal auto attack. We've got another level up too. Let's go... I don't know. That increases my attack power, and it makes my range larger, and it seems like an all-around win to me. So I'm just kind of going to go for it, and I think I just mismanaged all of my rats. Oh, no, I didn't. They're not dead. Okay. I thought I accidentally... like whelped all my rats into that horde of enemies. Alright, that was one enemy down. Oh no, dude, the Master Nightmare is almost here, dude. We're about to get Master Exploded. Go forth, my little rats.
Return to your swamp.
Where is... Oh no, dude, one of my little ratty boys, he's stuck... He's stuck on the inside of... He's stuck on the inside of the little roots, dude. I'm minus a rat right now. We have a rat down. I need somebody to come by and go rats off to you. Free him. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, this is probably not gonna work out for me. Alright, so we've got a chest over here. Let's go grab the chest. +1 armor for missing health, at critical health. Let's take the regen. Let's take the regen. Let's do it. I will say there doesn't seem to be a ton of variety that has come up. These are pretty much the exact same ones I saw the last time I played through the game, and that worries me a little bit because variety is almost universally going to be the spice of life when it comes to a game like this. That is one thing. So for all the fluidity and how good the game feels and how well it plays and how good the fidelity is on like the graphics and the character design and all that kind of stuff, that is the one thing that I've noticed, is that there does not seem to be a lot of upgrades. Now, this game is a roguelite, so it seems to me that it is possible that we're going to unlock more abilities for this guy as we stack XP and play him more and more. The Grimoire. We can get 300 XP. We can get 150 bucks. Improve a random upgrade twice. What you got for me, baby? What you got for... I don't actually know what I upgraded there, but sure. Where's this health pool at? I want that too. Very tight hitboxes. That was I fat-fingered the key right there in case you're wondering why I did that. Max health is up again. Good. Looks great to me. Still don't have 100 bucks, so I can't go back to that thing over there. And I don't think we're going to make it across the map with enemy clearing by the time the boss spawns. It feels very unlikely to me. If my rats run close to thee, you ain't going home when you supposed to be. When you supposed to be. I should have pursued a career in parody, man. Things like that, they run through my head 24 hours a day. It never stops. And just, wait, what's the eyeball? Oh, it's another one of those scout towers. Okay. I would have liked to have hit level 5, but we've got so little time left until the boss gets here. Good job, little rats. Oh, he became spiders, dude. Yeah, he turned into a big old fistful of spiders when he died. Yep, just walk right into my blow-up zone. It didn't go off fast enough for my preference. Let's go for my preference. I don't know why I said preference and put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. I don't know. Life is difficult, all right? My job is really hard sitting on the internet eating Doritos and playing video games. Don't judge me. Won't anybody think about my problems? Let's see. We'll knock that out right there. I find that it's really, really hard to find anybody to empathize with just the sheer volume of Dorito dust on my fingers at any given moment while I'm stamping out this content here. Like, yes, zombies are exploding, I'm sending rats to consume my enemies, but there is nary a wet wipe on my desk right now in order to alleviate me of the grittiness and of the grind. My fingernails utterly just shocking right now. And frankly, I just feel like it deserves a little tiny bit of consideration. Well, I wanted to make it to the exclamation point. Unfortunately, we're hitting pretty hard right now, though. I think we may have a solid shot at the boss. I memorized his patterns the last time I went up against him, and I was doing really well. You get limited revives in this game. I don't know if they're team-wide or not, but you see those 4 little feathers down by the timeline? That's how many reses I have left. And so, uh-oh, that's probably not great. That could probably be... I don't know if it's going to summon me back to the boss. I'm just going to kind of drop that right there. Take you out. Get my HP. I mean, my hope here is that hopefully I don't have to activate the boss. Oh, it just teleports me. Okay, I thought I died for a second. My heart jumped. I was like, man, now I'm going to have to make a new... I'm going to have to restart the video and pretend like I didn't dumbass my way to an L. All right, so the secret to this guy is that we need to kill all of his tentacles. If we don't take out his tentacles, we're going to have a bad time. He's going to AoE a lot. You kind of want to be not near a tentacle when he goes into bullet hell mode. That's just my general advice. It's also very difficult to read a lot of the projectiles because the arena is the same color as the projectiles. So I get a lot of run together personally when I'm playing this game that makes it very difficult to kind of see. Yeah, kill him real quick, then I'll dodge bullets for a minute. Ow. Okay, yeah, I wasn't planning on eating a bullet right there, but... There we go. And so the boss gets stunned whenever you take out all of his tentacles. And he also takes way more damage too. He gets like 2 armor. Oh boy. I was not trying to bullet hell right now. With that guy all up in my business. At least we got some health right there though, dude. I'm like actively... Oh boy. Okay, we gotta go back over here. Bullet hell mode is probably coming soon. Oh no, it's not. There it is. Alright, so that's another rotation. When you kill off a tentacle, it puts a growing zone on the ground that gets larger and larger until it takes up the whole arena, in case you were wondering. Ooh, all my rats are up this time, dude. We doing damage out here. Yup, stay on him, stay on him. Ooh, that was a really, really good damage chunk. Come on. I need this tentacle to go down, like now, before bullet hell mode starts. I also need to not be inside the giant red death zone. Yeah, or my rats can all... Rat targeting seems to be a little bit suspect on this character. I can't quite ever seem to get the rats to attack the thing I want them to attack, unfortunately. Like, they kind of seem to... I'm gonna guess we don't get iframes. Probably... Oh, I got greedy right there. Okay, gotta fall back for a minute. Unfortunately, that death zone is growing very, very quickly. Alright, wipe that out. You guys... Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean, I got no rats left. So that's a little unfortunate. I do very much wish that I had rats left. And it looks like we've got him. I was hoping we could go into this phase with all of our rats up. Wow, we barely made that last phase. I don't know if we'll make this one. Okay, barely ducked that whooping. Got a little bit of HP out of the deal, though.
It would be a shame to die today.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't get too comfortable, man. The death is looking kind of likely. Like, I'm doing the best I can here, but we're kind of running out of runway. Got health off that one. Oh, got gushed. I was trying to watch the bullets, but I didn't watch them successfully. Let's get back up in here. There it is.
I thought it was my time.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna happen.
Heed my call, one and all.
My hope was... Hey, there it is. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's see what happens when you actually win a round. Are there more levels? Or is that just the game? You have successfully defeated a master nightmare and cleansed the dark hills of corruption. Your journey will continue in Chapter 2, reaching the deadly shores of Storm Island. The chapter will be available as the early access expands and will allow you to discover a whole new area and level up your heroes even further. If you're up for a challenge, you can increase the difficulty level. That's what I was kind of interested in. And so as you can see, your character levels up. And oh, we unlocked Aladdin. That's pretty cool. It looks like we got some new upgrades here. And it looks like the upgrades are actually universal, so you'd have to play any particular character in order to unlock upgrades for other stuff, I think. And it looks like we unlocked a new item as well, and Nightmare 1, and who knows how high that goes up. I like the idea of Aladdin, too. That's pretty sick, dude. I like Tales of Arabian Nights and everything. Oof. I'm gonna have to play around with some characters here. Yeah, everything feels great. I mean, this is clearly another banger being put out by Curse of the Dead Gods developers. I'm a little bit worried about the longevity of the game. I would have hoped that it would have like 5 or 6 or 7 different maps that all kind of have their own gimmick in the way that you play them. Maybe it does when it goes into early access. This is a pre-release build before release, so I don't know. I don't know how many nightmare levels there are that go upwards as well. Kind of hard to say. Everything mechanically, I think, here works. The big risk with any title like this is, as we've seen in a lot of cases beforehand, co-op games tend to be temperamental and die very easily. If I had a nickel for every cool co-op game that I showed off on the channel, and then 60 days later it was dead, and like you couldn't get a match, I would have many nickels, like a handful of nickels. The upshot here is that this game comes integrated with playable single player, which we just knocked out of the park on my second run, and so that's good. And it looks like there's a lot of variety in characters to play around. Oh, they do level up individually. Never mind then. So I guess you've got to level up all the characters, and I don't know exactly what max level is either. Interesting. Like, because it looked like he unlocked a Freezing Blast upgrade for hers, so maybe it's interspersed, like different characters have different things they unlock for other characters. I don't know, maybe it's got like a Dead by Daylight thing happening. My name is Splattercat. I don't see any real mechanical problems with this game. Everything's cool. The only part that worries me is the reliance on, being a co-op game where the most fun way to play is with a bunch of other people. That part kind of concerns me, but everything else feels like it's made to a very, very high standard. I think the rat control could be a little bit better on this character. But other than that, I think that's the only thing I bumped into that like kind of annoyed me a little bit, was just the rats were kind of hard to get them to attack what you want them to attack. But I still enjoyed playing. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today we're checking out Ravenswatch, which seems to be another quality product put out by the developers of Curse of the Dead Gods. If you haven't played that one, I also recommend that game handily. That's a really good game. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's all I got. Bye, folks.